Hi there, these comments are for ZA. This is Michael. And finally, yes, you started to send some pronunciation practice. Thank you. It's frustrating sometimes. I know exactly what my students' problems are. I make a recommendation for them to study a certain thing, but then they never do it. They get stubborn and say, "Oh, I'm just going to do it this way." But you're doing it. You're doing pronunciation practice, and particularly you're practicing thought groups and blending. This is kind of what the TOEFL calls pacing. So I think if you can improve your pacing, it really helps with your delivery. As your delivery score goes higher, your speaking score goes higher. So there we go. So now we know exactly what's going on, right? Okay, so I'm getting ready to listen to your pronunciation practice. Let me see here. Give me a quick second. Okay, we have this. All right, we got it. So I'm going to listen to your pronunciation here.
The rowdy student was eventually sent to talk with the principal.
No, you're not getting it right. The key is to make the tone. Let me see if I can maybe make some notes here. Give me a quick second here. Hold on. I'm going to try to show you something that'll make more sense to you. You got to have right at the end of the thought group, your tone goes up slightly. Now right now we're working on this area in a more controlled setting, right? Okay, so let's say hold on, I'm trying to get the annotating thing in Zoom here. Okay, let's take a look at this one. So you have, notice, the rowdy student was eventually sent to talk with the principal. Then your tone drops at the end there. Now, these thought groups are a little bit small, but sometimes it's good to start with smaller thought groups first. Then you try to work on longer thought groups later. So eventually, your thought group might be the rowdy student was eventually sent to talk with the principal. That's probably a little bit better thought group. You group both of these together, but for right now, we're working on things in a very simplistic manner to help you build
Most
your skill.
firefighter
No, most firefighters.
report having injuries on the job fighting fires. A, a good accountant help a business reduce taxes
So you're saying a
during
good.
tax season.
So you're getting it in the middle. You're saying a good accountant. No, it's a good accountant. So the end of the thought group, that's where the tone's going to go up slightly.
A happy couple knows how to solve problems during times of crisis.
No, during, you're putting too much stress on the beginning. Your tone is off, way off. It's off.
Competent lifeguards can swim long distances in the ocean. The rowdy student.
Okay, so if I model these for you, I'm going to say you have not mastered this lesson. So the tonal patterns from your language into English are very different. I can tell you that, right? So your tone is in the wrong areas. You know how to vary your tone, but you don't know when to do it. So that's the problem. Okay, let's do these together. The rowdy student was eventually sent to talk with the principal. Most firefighters report having injuries on the job fighting fires. A good accountant helps a business reduce taxes during tax season. A happy couple knows how to solve problems during times of crisis. Competent lifeguards can swim long distances in the ocean. Police officers can make arrests at riotous soccer games. The intuitive pastor will deliver an applicable sermon to his congregation. Competent salespersons will sell automobiles at discounted prices on most holidays. So that's kind of how I would read those. Now, eventually, because these sentences are relatively short, you can probably combine the first two thought groups here. Then you can say, the rowdy student was eventually sent to talk with the principal. Or, most firefighters report having injuries on the job fighting fires. A good accountant helps a business reduce taxes during tax season. Or, a happy couple knows how to solve problems during times of crisis. But for right now, for you, your speaking skills are lower. It's probably good to have these types of thought groups first, and then work eventually on creating your thought groups so they're about 4 to 5 stressed syllables. That's a great thought group for academic speaking, for giving presentations, and things like that. If you have too many pauses when you're speaking, it becomes distracting to your audience, and ultimately, SpeechRadar, ETS is artificial intelligence that scores your speaking task, will not like your performance. And the IBT human raters are going to be annoyed by your unnecessary pauses and hesitations also. So you have not mastered this lesson. Keep practicing this. Practice some more and then come back and do it again. Maybe tomorrow you can do speaking practice. The next day, do some more pronunciation practice till you get more comfortable with all of these pronunciation patterns. And eventually, you want to apply what you learn here into your TOEFL speaking. That's exactly what you want to try to do.